try!
So it's lovely to be here this afternoon across the road from Suncorp, the best football stadium in Australia, to see the progress we have here with the mural, which is going to be a wonderful legacy item for Brisbaneites to recognise the 14 Indigenous players that have represented Australia in the highest level in rugby union. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Do you want to wait? Do you want to... Sauce, you want us to wait? Okay.
Just getting an eyeful of water. It's coming in.
This is a great donation day. So iconic, these are the next one, iconic stadium in Queensland.
Well, we love our murals in Brisbane. I have to say thank you to the Henderson Gallery and to Dennis Golding for the beautiful work that they've done here today. A few issues obviously with the rain that we don't usually have in Brisbane, but I think what we'll see in the end product will be really spectacular.
As you say, there's a rich history, but it's good that it's finally, this will be the first time an Indigenous jersey is going to be worn by any national team in this country. It's a pretty special moment.
It is a special moment. We know many of our Indigenous players have come from Queensland as well, so it's great that we can recognise them here first, and we look forward to seeing the Wallabies run out in that new jersey on Saturday night.
Yeah. Let's introduce yourself, mate, and give us your name now.
Yeah. All right. My name is Dennis Golding. I'm born and raised in Sydney. I'm a commemorate man of the Northwest New South Wales.
And what's the story behind it?
So with the artwork, I was commissioned to do the artwork. An artwork that reflects on the Australian Rugby League, Rugby Union. To be able to produce an artwork, to represent the 14 Indigenous previous and current players, starting from Cecil, who first started in Cecil Romali first started playing for the Wallabies, I think, in 1939. A significant time as well for Aboriginal people, where Aboriginal people weren't counted in the census until 1967. So, thinking of a lot of those histories, all these Aboriginal players who have a strong sense of their identity, and as a way to be role models for our young people coming through now. I'm thinking a lot about that history, but also what I wanted to represent is also the game and the supporters and the players today. As of that, we're all kind of moving together. We're all learning from each other, and this is a significant time where we are, highlighting and recognising Indigenous culture, Indigenous history. So I think this is, a great achievement for all of us, not just for me, but for all the Indigenous communities around Australia, and being able that we are showing our, sharing our culture and sharing our stories, through artwork and in sport. Sport like rugby union as, it's our contemporary culture, and so that's something that I really wanted to reflect on, beginning to do the artwork, and I really wanted to reflect those 14 players, to represent their communities. Yeah.
Well done.
Good? Yeah.
Good morning, my name's Robert Henderson. I'm a Wiradjuri man. I was born in Sydney on Gadigal and the border of Gadigal and Wongal country. I live and work now on Jagera and Turrbal country. Acknowledge elders, past and present. I'm the owner of the Henderson Gallery, and I'm a practicing artist as well. And we were approached not so long ago, a real honour to be able to get involved in producing Dennis's work into a mural to represent such an important statement of the 14 men. Really beautiful work, and it allowed us to incorporate some of the art from the prisoners at Southern Queensland Correctional Centre, who we work with on a regular basis. It's really important that they acknowledge for their work. It'll be on either end of Dennis's work, and we'll incorporate it through I guess with the notion of restorative justice, focusing in on people's strengths and talents, we get the opportunity to work with First Nations men with cultural intelligence and cultural talent, and it really makes a difference to what they, how they do their time and their prospects for the future as well.
Yes, Tim. We saved the best.
Now the net'll start pouring rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I just do that? Just a whole lot of that. Hi guys, yeah. You right?
Sorry.
Hi guys, Tim Horan, so former Wallaby and what we call a classic Wallaby these days. I think I've been to many test matches, Bledisloe Cup test matches in New Zealand where they paint the town black, so it's really pleasing to see that Brisbane have really come up with the mural behind us here, you know, gold, green, and the Indigenous platform that we've got this week. It's great to see that, you know, everyone's going to get behind and support not just the Wallabies, but support the Indigenous. There we go again. I know how it works. Yeah. That's great that everyone's going to support the Indigenous match this weekend. I think for the Wallabies, as we know, 14 Indigenous Wallabies have played in the green and gold jersey for many years, going back to Lloyd McDermott in the early days. Then a guy called Lord, who else did there been? Who was it? Jimmy Williams, wasn't it? Start again. So it's great that we're going to support the Indigenous jersey. Lloyd Walker, I played my first test match with him in 1989, a long time ago, and then you got guys like Jim Williams, a guy like plenty of players that have played, and then the current player, Kurtley Beale, how proud will he be when he puts on this jersey on Saturday night, how proud he'll be, but not only for his culture, but also the young kids, the boys and girls from the Indigenous programs around the country that hopefully will one day aspire to wear this gold jersey. So it's something that it's the first national sporting team to wear an Indigenous jersey, and something that the players will be really proud of on Saturday night.
Do you think it's something that should have happened years ago?
Well, I think so. When you look at all the players that have played for Australia, both Torres Strait Islanders and Indigenous players, it's great to be able to have you know, the recognition of these players. And you know, we saw early this year when Kurtley Beale, when he launched this jersey, how proud he was. And I think that, you know, we want more boys and girls to play the game right around Australia, not just you know, here in Australia, but also Torres Strait Islanders and in Northern Territory. We see how many you know, talented athletes there are there.
Do you think New Zealand are a long way ahead in terms of like using the things within their culture to really strengthen the side? To see the heart that they get a lot out of that. Do you think they're a long way ahead of where we are?
I think they are. I think you know, we've got a very strong culture and Indigenous and Torres Strait Island culture right throughout the Australian sporting landscape. So I think the Wallabies are looking to potentially wear this jersey once a year, and if they do create this tradition, you know, who knows if we might come up with a traditional Indigenous dance that, you know, led by a Kurtley Beale. So that'll be something that I think we'd look forward to in the years to come.
And are you proud, obviously, because as you say, rugby's the first one to do this, and you know, you've taken the bull by the horns and leading the way in a good way. So you're proud of your sport, your partners doing this? Yeah,
I think you know, rugby union's got a long way to come to catch up to other codes in certain areas, and it's been a difficult year. But this is something that all, not just I think rugby supporters can be proud of, but you know, I think the sporting landscape around Australia, everyone can be proud of, you know, what we're doing here in Brisbane. You know, painting the gold, the city gold throughout the week, but more importantly, just this jersey on Saturday night will be a real statement for you know, rugby supporters.
And obviously almost a team, 14 so far, a few more to come, one more, and you got a rugby team, so it's going in the right direction. Hopefully, obviously the communities, everyone gets behind it, yeah?
Yeah, I think everyone, you know, knows how important our Indigenous culture is around Australia, and not just in the sporting landscape, but in general. So, you know, the mural that we've done here is fantastic. There's obviously going to see a big gold Wallaby jersey draped over the Kangaroo Point cliffs ladder on Thursday this week. So, if the weather holds off, it could be a cracking match.
Kurtley Beale is not just a good Wallaby, he's a statesman now for his people, as you're saying. No better time for him to step forward and be the representative of this occasion. Well,
it's perfect timing for Kurtley Beale. As I say, being our only current Indigenous test player, and the form that he's in the moment is probably the form of his career, to come back from the UK, to be playing as well as he is, and to lead the team on Saturday night will be special. And who knows, he may lead the team out on Saturday night. You know, Michael Hooper, obviously the skipper, but you know, this is such an important jersey and such an important statement in sport in Australia.
Do you admire still the All Blacks, obviously so dominant at the moment? Do you
deeply admire, but just the team they are and their contributions to the game.
Yeah, I think that the way that they've been playing over a long period of time. It was only 2 years ago that we were playing in a World Cup final nearly to the day. So the Wallabies have got a lot to prove in this Test match, and the All Blacks, and traditionally it shows that the later they go in the year, the more chance you are to beat them. So hopefully we can get one up on them on Saturday night.
And just obviously what they've achieved, and the quality they've put in the artists over here. You've a bit of talent on the field there, but these guys got a lot of talent as well, yeah?
Oh, I think it's great that we're trying to paint the Brisbane gold and green throughout this week, and everyone will get behind them and support them. It should be a huge crowd, and I appreciate the guys for what they've done. And I'm sure the Wallabies, when the bus comes down Milton Road, usually goes down Caxton Street, but I think the bus is going to come down Milton Road to have a look at the green and gold mural before they go into the dressing shed an hour and a half before the game.
Hopefully on a dry night.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, good. Thanks, guys.